Hi, my name is Marissa. I'm from Portland, Oregon, and this is my first video podcast. I don't try not to be too loud and not lure my kids out here. I have 3 little boys. One is napping, and the other 2 are YouTubing. So I have a few minutes to get this thing going. I'm going to do some finish offs first. This is my, you guessed it, this is my fade. Find your fade shawl. And the colors were Tosh Merino Light and Composition Book Gray. This is a Cloudborn fingering yarn in Black Hills, another Cloudborn in Berry Bliss, this white speckle, and another Cloudborn in Flamingo Speckle. And then the pink is Tosh Merino Light in Pop Rocks. And then we have another Cloudborn speckle in Artigas Gem. And the last one is a Cascade Heritage, and I don't know the colorway. It's just a plummy dark purple. And that was pretty fun to knit. I really enjoyed it so much. I'm making another one for my mom that I will show you in the work in progress section. And my other one, I have a few more finished objects. This is the 11 wick cardigan by, I think it was Gundren Johnston. And this is in a yarn called Filatura Lanarota Puno. It's an alpaca yarn, worsted weight, and it's called Prune. So this is also a purpley kind of color. Throw that over there. And then I have my Starting Point Mystery shawl. Really awesome. And that was made with, I just showed you the wrong side. Whoops. It was made with yarn. It's a kit from Duck Duck Wool. And the colors were, the light gray is Down Feather, the pink is March On, and the variegated one is called Free Skate. I forgot what the medium blue is called, but the dark blue, kind of navy, is called Dress Blues. And I love this yarn. Her colors are super vibrant, and it's a silk merino blend. It's called Silky Singleton. Okay, what else? Oh, I'll be right back. So, 2 things over here. Okay, I'm back. This is a little sophisticate cardigan. The pattern is by Linden Down, and this is I think a 24-month size for my youngest kiddo. And I just used some leftover yarn. I think it's like Vanna's Choice and Premier, and I think they're more Aran weight yarns than worsted, which is what the pattern called for, but so it's a little bit big, but you know, kids grow, so that'll fit him pretty soon. And then my last one is this Buccaneer shawl made from yarns from On the Round. The gray is called Grayscale, and I got a little rainbow set of minis called Rainbow Graffiti. And this thing is just totally awesome. I hope that I'm talking loud enough. I don't know if I am or not. We'll see. Might have to do the whole thing over again, right? Okay, and then now I'm gonna switch to works in progress. And this is a Wenlock sweater by Tin Can Knits, and I did it in the colors of Wesley Crusher's sweater in The Next Generation, Star Trek The Next Generation. I was gonna do a sweater called Acting Ensign Crusher, but I saw the Wenlock sweater and I was like, oh, that's so pretty, and I have the right amount of colors, and just went for it. So, yep. What else? And then I have another sophisticate cardigan that I'm working on for my middle kid, who is 5. And he picked out these colors from my stash. Actually, the yellow we bought at a neighborhood store, at the art store. They sell yarn. And then the orange, it's like a safety orange, but it's coming up kind of weird on camera. I've had in my stash for since I started knitting in 2007. So I never had anything to use it on before. But he likes orange and yellow, so we're making him this cute little candy corn sophisticate cardigan. I think the orange is Red Heart, and the yellow is Plymouth Encore. Oh, and the bag, this is the first project that's been in a bag on this video, is a Star Trek bag by Tangerine Designs. TangerineDesigns.com. I got it on her Etsy shop. Next thing is the fade that I'm making for my mom. This is all cotton yarn. So I got some yarn from Birdie's Knits on Etsy. Birdie's Knits. And also some of this baby yarn. They had the colors that she wanted, so I'll hold that up. So it starts with like a camel and goes into this pink color from Birdie's Knits, which is called Daydream, I believe, and then into this emerald green. That's the baby yarn, and then into this kind of multicolored gray-blue yarn by Birdie's Knits. And that one is called Hot Springs, and then to this navy blue. So this is the third to last color, the navy. And then I have, I'm gonna do Snapdragon by Birdie's Knits, followed by one that I started using already, this burgundy baby yarn. So that's getting very close to being done. I hope I can get it done by the end of the week. That'd be super, and I can hand it off to her, my mom, and she can be nice and cozy and not itchy. She's a little bit sensitive to wool, so we decided to go with cotton for hers. What else? Got my Argo sweater. The pattern is by, Her first name is Svetlana, but I forgot her last name. Volkova. And let me see if I can find a finished picture. Probably hard to see because I print all my patterns in black and white so I don't use up all my color ink. Anyway, that is the finished one. And, oh, and this bag, so cute, by Fabric Fancies. And there's a little umbrella zipper pull to go with the clouds. Super cute. So here is what I have so far. I'm almost done with the body. Got a few more inches. And it's super cool, super fun knit. It's made with Cascade Aran Splatter in Queen of Hearts. And it's just real squishy and soft, and I can't wait to wear it. It's going to be a little while because it's still summer. But, you know, a couple months it'll cool off and I can put this baby on. Or if my husband has the air conditioning on too high, that would also work. I'll shove it back in here. Okay, and then we have a little dragon that's housed in this Fabric Fancies bag with a tiny little sheep. This is the little dragon so far. It's very tiny. Making this for my son, who is dragon obsessed and just changed his favorite color to purple. So we're making everything purple now. And that's a Mochi Mochi Land pattern. And the color of that yarn was Artie Gas Gem. Okay, next we have a sock. One sock. Need to finish the other one. This is a Rose City Roller sock by Orange Knits. And the yarn is a Cloudborne Superwash Merino Sock Splash in Black Sea. So yeah, I have the one done and I have not cast on the second one yet, but I should because it was pretty quick to do the one, and I just, you know, start knitting, it'll get done real fast. And then I think my last one, looking at my notes, is Color Field Shawl by Kemper Ray. And I'm doing the large one. I'll show you how that looks. That's what it looks like when it's done. And this is what I have so far. I'm using Zebra Sprinkles and Grape Juice by Fiber and Hue in her go-to DK. It has a really cool little, is it a slip stitch? It's a slip stitch, I think. Little striping going on. I wasn't thrilled with the two colors at first, but they're really growing on me. They look really cool together. A little bit discordant or whatever. I don't know. That's for music. What do you say? What do you say in colors? I don't know. But I think they're working, so I'm going to keep going. Alright, so that's all for my work in progress stuff. Oh, and this bag is by Nomadic Yarns. Really cute yarn bomb fabric. A little red zipper, a little handle. Super awesome. And then I think that's it. So we'll go forth into the what I want to do next section, which is pretty big. Oh my gosh. I think I lost my place here on my color field. Whatever, it's fine. I'll figure it out. Okay, so I got some new yarn today in the mail. I'll show you this one first. I want to do the Definitely a Knit Shawl by Zandy Peters. I got this yarn from the Lemonade Shop on Etsy for the main color. And I'm doing this for the Brooklyn Knit Folk Hipster Cow. And this is a yarn that I haven't used before. I've never used a Lemonade Shop yarn, but I saw them and I had to get some. So I decided I'd get double points for that, using a yarn I never used before and doing a pattern that only had, I think it was 1 or 2 projects on it. The Brooklyn Knit Folk Hipster Cow is, the project has to have less than 30 projects, or the pattern has to have less than 30 projects, and you get bonus points for using a yarn that you haven't used before. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. I just got this today, so I finally can cast on. It started on the 1st of August, but I've been waiting for my yarn to show up. And then also from the Lemonade Shop, I got 3 skeins of Witch Please, which is the best name ever. And I'm going to make a flax light by Tin Can Knits out of this. So there's one. Grab the other 2 out of here. So that'll be cool. I think I already have the pattern printed up. I was going to make one for the baby. Actually, I was going to make him a regular flax, not the light. So there's those. And also, I'm going to do the Conduit Shawl by Northbound Knitting as a secondary entry into the BK Hipster Cow. And I'm going to do that. This is what it looks like. Really pretty. I'm making this for my sister. And it's going to be in Tosh Merino Light Cardinal and Tosh Merino Light Mare. That one's not picking up as well, but it's beautiful. It's like black, brown, navy, maybe a tiny bit of purple, I don't know, but it's super pretty. If I have any left, I'm going to make myself some out of this. Okay, so that's that. And then I think I have 2 or 3 more things. I'm going to make another Sophisticate cardigan for my oldest kiddo, the one who liked purple. And I wasn't sure if I could find the right purple, so we started talking about making our own purple, and we came up with these. I got some dye from Dharma and some yarn blanks from Craftsy. These are Cloudborne worsted weight yarns. Yeah, and so we dyed these. I dyed them. He got to watch the cool, like when the purple went in the pot, it made this like cool glitter magic while it was boiling in there, and it was awesome. So he really loves these together, and we're gonna do a striped cardigan, and then the collar and the cuffs and everything are gonna be in just the natural original white. So it's gonna have 3 colors. So that's cool. And then here's one more yarn. I don't really have a plan for this. I just made this because I like red a lot, and you know, wanted to try out some of the dye. I bought a whole bunch of dye. And like a 10-pack of yarn. I have another 10-pack of yarn coming, so I might be going a little crazy. with my yarns. So this is a red that I made. I put some blue speckle on it. So it's red with, I think poinsettia red with some magenta mixed in, and then I speckled in some peacock blue. And this is how it came out. Pretty happy with it. And that's also worsted. And then I'm gonna do Andrea Mowry's Era shawl. And I got the recommended brand of yarn, which is a verb for keeping worms even tinier Annapurna. And I got the vermilion, which is a nice pink color. I think she uses only natural dyes to dye her yarn, and it's really soft and really, it is tiny. It is tinier than anything ever. I'm looking forward to working with it. I've never worked with this small of yarn before. It's just a little bit smaller than fingering. I think it's light fingering. That's what it is. So I don't have a picture of the shawl, but everyone knows her patterns. It's a one skein pattern, so that'll be nice. I don't know when I'm going to be able to cast that on, but I'm excited about it. And then finally, my last one, which is another Andrea Mowry, is I'm going to be doing the What the Fade mystery cowl, which kind of goes against the whole hipster cowl thing, but whatever. I do what I want, you know? So I got my very first load of hedgehog fibers. I got these from Kitterly. They had a few sets for sale for the What the Fade cowl. So I picked some up. This isn't the order that they were on the website, that they were in. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. This one's called Villain. Super cool. This one is Hula Hoop. Nice and bright fluorescent colors. And then this is Highlighter. Looks like a highlighter. And then this one is Bounce. This one is called Fly. Unfortunately, it reminds me of that one Sugar Ray song that was popular in the 90s. The name of it, not the color. And then this one is called Zephyr. So, I think that's gonna do it. Probably won't have this many projects next time because this is from like April through July knitting, so it's a lot of stuff. But, you know, I'm gonna keep going and keep knitting as much as I can. Oh, I should tell you a little bit about myself. I just turned 37. I told you I lived in Portland. I'm originally from Southern California. Surprise, surprise, so is everyone else up here. And all the natives hate us, but you know, whatever, it's fine. I have 3 little boys, and I have a husband, and so I started knitting. I taught myself to knit from the Stitch and Bitch book by Debbie Stoller in, I think it was 2007. And I was knitting the wrong way. I was knitting through the back loops on everything, and so my stitches were twisted, and like I could never understand why my garter stitch looks so weird. And I knew YouTube existed, but I don't know if there were knitting videos or not. I didn't think to look. But okay, hi, I'm back. My phone ran out of space, so I cleared some space so I could finish the video. And I'm also hiding in the basement because my baby woke up and my older two kids wanted some lunch. So, back to the knitting story. I figured out I was knitting the wrong way when I did an oatmeal cardigan by Jane Richmond in, I think it was 2012. So it took me like 4 years to figure out I was knitting the wrong way, which is kind of sad. But you know, I don't know anyone else in real life who knits. I didn't think to check on YouTube. YouTube was a little bit new when I first started knitting, so I just thought it was, you know, silly videos and maybe music videos or whatever. So I wasn't thinking about it. And I think my mom kind of knows how to knit, but she really crochets, and I learned how to crochet first, and that's kind of why I knit continental, because that's how you hold the yarn in crochet. And so I figured out I was doing it the wrong way, and didn't really get super into it even after that. I made my first sweater. Actually, it's not even done. It still has one sleeve left to go, and I'm going to give it to my mom when I do finish, because I still have the sweater, I still have the yarn, the needles are still in there 5 years later, and so I should finish it. It's probably take me a day and it'll be all done. What else? So anyway, I would knit for the holidays only each year, and not knit for pleasure at all, or boredom or creativity. I used to be in a band. I played guitar and songwriting and blah blah blah. So 2 or 3 years ago, I started writing songs again, so that was my outlet. But then I got pregnant and I quit again, and baby was little, and it can get a little bit loud and it takes time, and so I stopped and joined a knitting Facebook group with a bunch of ladies I had met through baby wearing, and saw kind of all the things they were doing, and I was like, oh, maybe I can do that. So I started making a large cardigan, and it came out way too big, so I quit. Probably, you know, up to had it knit like up to here. It's a bottom up. Actually, I think I have it up to here, and it's just huge, way too big. So I just quit working on that, and then I started working on the Leavenwick cardigan, and that one came out awesome. So I was like, okay, I can do this. I can keep going. So, and then I started the Starting Point Mystery Knit Along, and learned that I could do all that stuff. I could do different things, and I could make eyelets and simple lace and blah blah blah. So I've just been off and running since then, and I love it. So I want to share my stuff with people who, you know, give a darn. My husband is like, yeah, that's cool, but he doesn't really, he doesn't get it. It's like me with his woodworking stuff. I'm like, that's cool, babe. Looks awesome, but, you know, I don't know what went into it. But, yeah, so I just thought I'd start sharing on a little podcast, and I don't know how often it'll be, maybe every 2 weeks, maybe every month, depending on kind of how fast I can get stuff done. Seems like I've got pretty good steam going so far, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm really excited to get all my projects finished, or on the needles or whatever. I'm working with all these new yarns I didn't know existed until the past 6 months. I feel like I've missed out on a lot, so I gotta catch up. All right. I think that's all. Have a good however long couple weeks or a month, and I'll see you again soon.